Children are very direct, they're very honest about what they find fun. You know, say I might decide, okay, this might be interesting, and then you'll find 5 minutes, 10 minutes later, they've taken the ideas and the materials maybe, and they've just gone off in a different direction, a different tangent, and I love that. They're very creative. I'm just facilitating, bringing the materials, trying to set up things and then see where it goes, see what happens, and then pick up some of those threads. But I didn't want to feel like I was pushing anything on anybody or going off on my own and then trying to convince people to help me make it. It's not all joy, you know, the struggle, and there's failure. That's, you know, maybe disappointing.
Excuse me, can I make another one? You're silly.
It's very neighbourly here, and it's lovely that the project dovetailed in with having our studio in the same building and also connecting with wider community. It's an earth community. It's, you know, there's people, but there's also everything else. There's the animals, birds, plants, and that's why I wanted to you know, embody that through the work, using the natural earth materials and the found, the beautiful wood, repurposing that all elements of what we make, you know, we'll be mindful of what happened afterwards and that it was deconstructed. Certain elements of art isn't very friendly to the environment, and I find that that's bothering me more and more. We're over-consuming, we're over-making, and we're full of stuff. We have too much. There's too much stuff in the world, basically. So why be an artist and make more stuff to add to that stuff? What's the justification of it? It allowed children to get access to mud, which is a resource to play with that was so common years ago, and now it's, you know, you go to the shop to buy the toys to play with. You can't just go to a shop and say, I'll just have, you know, 5 kg of cob of subsoil, please. That's going to be perfect for my cob project. You have to go out scouting and hunting for the source materials. It's a bit of adventure, and then you end up having conversations with the people who have access to the clay. They might have heard of it or may not have heard of it. So it's all the time having this conversation about cob as something of Ireland, of our tradition, as a building material for houses. When it was introduced, I think, you know, they didn't really worry too much about it, but I could see, you know, the eyebrows were raised. What's going to happen here? But they were ready for it, I think, because, you know, there's only so much drawing and making you can do for its own sake. I think it's nice to have, you know, they were ready for a challenge. I'd like to think it offered them an opportunity to get messy, because normally children are sort of minding their clothes, I suppose. They just love, I think, it's the tactile nature, the senses are stimulated by the touch of it. I think it gave children that permission to explore the earth in a different way. And it gave them, I suppose, the opportunity to maybe overcome fears about the earth, that it's something dirty or toxic or to be avoided. So it's not to be feared, only explored. Your only limitation is your imagination there. So that's what I was trying to say to the kids about the imagination allows you to fly around the world. It is like flying in your mind. You know, you're flying, you're open, you see all the possibilities, and then you dive back down and you do. This is our dragon. It wasn't quite a dragon, it became a character, a creature that they could connect with and sing to and play around. I think it was very important to create a ritual around the ending, and that was very special and emotional, I suppose. I knew it would be, to say goodbye to it and deconstruct it, and that had to be done. It had to be given its own ritual. We designed that in order to allow those feelings, those sentiments, and what we wanted to say was said there, and we could then say goodbye. The interactive element and the way the children came up, it was very important that every child that took part got to stand in the pulpit and feel what that felt like, and think about and reflect, how does this feel up here? Because you kind of, it makes you smile, or you could be, it's just that feeling. It's a powerful place, and that power isn't a negative thing to be abused, and it has been. Power can be abused, of course, but it needs to be reclaimed by people, including the artists. Reclaim the power to be creative, have fun, and make interesting and exciting things. It was sad to walk out the gates, I suppose, with the heart. But I think making the heart and the eggs from the material was a hugely symbolic thing to do, and it felt so right that we would take part of it, deconstruct it, which is also the nature of cob. You can take it and 300 years later crush it down, mix it with water, and make something else. I love the way they created the area for the dragon's heart to lay, and how they decorated the grave, I suppose, of the dragon's heart, the place, the resting place, the final resting place, and the eggs. And that wasn't directed or instructed. So I think they give themselves permission. They don't wait for someone to say, well, now you can start. The heart symbolised, I suppose, the love and the energy and the creativity, and that we were bringing it back with us and left it here then in its resting place by the mill, where the children play under the trees, to slowly dissolve, I suppose, back into the earth. And we have some eggs planted as well, seeds that we hope will bear flowers in spring. It's never over. It's always a cycle, a circle, and the dragon will rise again like the phoenix.
As it gets better and better.